Yo, welcome to the show. It's Boston's Banter with Frank the Bank and Keith Calais. You know the answer. Talking sports, breaking down the play so raw. From the Celtics to the Sox, we giving you the score. Catch the vibe, we coming live. Filling up your feed, let the passion thrive. Every dunk, every run, we analyze the moves. Shout out to the fans, feel the rhythm and grooves. From Gillette to the Garden, we ain't missing a beat. Frank and Calais bring the fire, can't accept defeat.
What up? Welcome back to Boston's Banter, where the sports are wicked and the banter is Pissah. I'm your host, Frank the Bank. With me, as always, is Keith Calais Lacaba. What's going on, bro? Nye, the science guy.
Nothing much, Drew Bledesbro.
Bledesbro in the house. We got our first fantasy football show
Yes,
of the year,
sir.
right? It's right around the corner. I know you're excited. I'm excited. Everybody out there
I already
excited.
got my draft board.
I can't even wait. I know I got to order mine. I haven't even ordered it yet. I got to get on that before they go on back
Trophy
order.
smack.
Yeah, I like Trophy Smack. They're good for that. So, but yeah, let's get into Wicked Pissah news. We got a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do. And we're going to start with just some recent Bruins moves.
Yeah.
You know, they had two moves this past week we're going to bring up real quick.
Yep.
So the Bruins and restricted free agent goalie Luke Cavalin agreed to a one-year deal worth $850K. Now they got like 90 goalies on their
crazy,
team.
I know.
What's going on with that? Bruins also acquired defenseman Will Borgen from the Rangers for a 2027 second-round pick and a 2028 conditional third-round pick. Only 5 goals, 10 assists for 15 points in 75 games last season.
Yeah, I mean, he's a defender. You don't expect him to score a lot.
Right,
as long as he's doing what he's supposed to in front of our goalie.
That's right, Frankie. But hey, how about we get into some Celtics moves, bro?
Goodness.
And
this is crazy.
Wait, you hear the alarm,
hear
right?
it again, man.
We're not gonna get right into that, but we got some crazy news. But let's bring up the signings that they did this past week.
Let's do that.
So the Celtics signed veteran point guard Mike Conley Jr. to a one-year deal. Conley now becomes the 14th player in NBA history to reach 20 seasons. Last season for the T-Wolves, he played in 54 games with 15 starts and averaged 4.5 points per game and 2.9 assists per game while shooting 33.5% from the field. Now, Frankie, he brings a veteran presence and that's what I mean.
He's a good player.
And a locker room type mentor to the team and provides emergency depth at the guard position.
Yep.
He's also a career 39% three-point shooter and excels in playmaking as a floor general, getting the ball to the stars on the team. Also, fun fact here, the 38-year-old Conley is actually 10 months older than Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla.
I love it.
Talk about a veteran presence.
That's great.
And then they got another actually really good signing here. I like this
I
one.
like this one too.
Celtics also signed former Knicks big man Mitch Robinson to a 3-year, $47.7 million deal. Now, he spent all 8 years of his career with the Knicks and helped bring a title to New York for the first time in 53 years this past season. Last season, he played in 60 games with 16 starts and averaged 5.7 points per game and 8.8 rebounds per game. Adding Robinson with Neemias Queta provides solid depth and rebounding for the Celtics front court. Queta himself averaged 8.4 rebounds per game too, along with 10.2 points per game. He can move well in pick and roll coverage and can provide good protection at the rim and is a dangerous lob threat and is one hell of an offensive rebounder, Frankie.
He's a great player all around. Defense-wise, it's great. But got to work on them free throws.
That's what I'm saying.
Hacker Mitchell going on here. You know what I mean? Hacker Mitchell, I don't like that.
In the C's, they were already ranked 5th in offensive boards last season, but they could easily lead the NBA next season with his addition. Now, his availability is a concern, playing in an average of 42 games the last 4 seasons, and he was a 40% from the line free throw shooter like you were just talking about. So 2 things we hope he can improve on next season, but nonetheless, glad to have him on the squad.
I like it.
I'm sure he's pissed off a lot of Knicks fans signing with us, too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then, Frankie, speaking of the Celtics front court, Neemias Queta, the C's actually signed the big man to a 4-year, $56 million extension. He's definitely established himself as a critical piece on the Celtics.
Every bit of that, honestly.
And mind you, he nearly averaged a double-double last season with 10.2 points per game. And like I said, 8.4 rebounds per game in 76 games played, starting all but 1 game. And like I said, the C's front court is looking pretty solid.
Yeah, I like it.
Frankie, there's the alarm again, bro. Dude, what the f*** was that?
It is. You
Dude.
already know. Let me just do this right off the bat.
Yes, dude.
Ugh.
Unreal, bro. So let's break it
That's
down.
all I can say about this.
The Celtics have traded Jaylen Brown to the rival 76ers for 36-year-old Paul George, 2 first-round picks, and I'm going to break down those first-round picks in a minute, and 2 second-round picks. I'm going to break those down, too. Brad Stevens, what the flying were you thinking? You win Executive of the Year last season and do this dumb Time to go belt to BTA on this guy, Frankie.
This is crazy,
So,
honestly.
for starters, the reason the Celtics didn't get Giannis was Brad didn't want to involve Hugo Gonzalez and or Baylor Scheinman in a deal with JB, and Giannis was ready to come to Boston, but he wanted a 3-year extension. Brad only offered a 2-year extension, so what the Brad? You could have had him there.
Yep.
Then, supposedly, he said no to a trade offer from the Hornets that would have sent Naz Reid, Miles Bridges, and more draft compensation for Jaylen Brown. So that sounded like a great deal, but what did Brad do? He said no. And lastly, Brad did try to get VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, and 3 first-round picks from Philly for Jaylen Brown, but Philly said no and came back with this bullshit offer that Brad accepted. If this trade doesn't work out, Frankie, that's easily a fireable offense.
Well, how are we gonna know? Some of these draft picks are years from now.
That's what I mean,
It's like he might move on.
Dude, it's crazy. So mind you,
crazy,
and
dude.
even more garbage, those
Yeah,
first-round
that's nuts.
picks, like you just said, are in 2028 and 2031.
31.
And the
we
second rounders are in 2028 and 2030. And people say, oh, well, we got rid of JB's contract. No,
Yeah, but
you
Paul
didn't.
George's contract's huge too.
Bro, listen to this. Paul George brings a remaining contract of $111 million over the next
Gross.
2 years, and mind you, 36 years old, an average of $55.5 million per year, which is pretty damn close to JB's annual
it
salary.
is.
So they don't save much money there. None of this makes any sense, and Brad got fleeced bad. We essentially
he
gave,
did.
dude, we
Of
gave
course.
away a 29-year-old, 5-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA second team, NBA champion, and Finals MVP.
I know.
To our rival 76ers for Paul George and some Philly cheesesteaks.
That's
I'm not
crazy.
happy, bro.
No, nobody is. Every analyst gave us an F on this trade, and then everyone gave them a B plus, A minus. It's like, you know what I
Bro.
mean? It's crazy.
So I'm telling you right now, Philly, they look stacked, as you can see
Philly's
from this
gonna go
picture
nuts,
here. Yeah,
dude.
they look stacked. They got Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, VJ Edgecombe, and Joel Embiid.
Embiid, yeah. If Embiid stays healthy, they're the front runners to win it all, in my opinion. If he
man.
stays healthy, if Embiid can stay healthy with the guys around Embiid now, it's insane.
Frankie, even worse, and interestingly enough, Jaylen Brown and his new 76ers teammate Tyrese Maxey were 4th and 5th in points per game this past season. Jaylen Brown couldn't even process how this all went down, and he even called out the Celtics' lack of respect.
I wasn't thrilled with how the conversation was facilitated. I did feel like it was a lack of respect. At one point, it was fine, and out of nowhere, it just went left. I definitely think it's more to it. It definitely is more to it. I know Brad is getting a lot of the criticism, but, you know, I just wish that more to it could have been explained. I just wish that they had the respect to just tell me exactly what it was, and I would have understood and I would have respected that. But it didn't go down like that. It wasn't facilitated like that. So that was the most disappointing part, because I thought I earned respect in a place that I had built, or I helped contribute to build, and that just wasn't the case.
The whole thing is
dude.
just disgusting. Honestly, it's just, I don't know. I hate it. Honestly, it's kind of stupid in every way you look at it. It doesn't help us now
No,
at
it doesn't.
all.
It doesn't.
Is Paul George okay? Sure, he's a good 3 or 4 guy to have on your team. He's not a 2.
He's not setting
You know
us
what I
over
mean?
the top. We're essentially
We're
the
worse
same
than we
worse.
were.
I was gonna say, if
by
not worse.
a lot, in
Dude,
my opinion.
it's crazy.
You just lost one of the probably top 15 guy in the league.
Bro, I'm telling you, all of Boston and Massachusetts agrees with JB. I mean, the lack of respect out of nowhere, like, it didn't seem like, obviously we knew a trade was probably forthcoming, but to do it this way, and then you trade him to the rival 76ers,
I mean, the 76 is going to come in here and whoop us now, dude.
a team for 10 years that he was molded to hate?
Hey, yeah, of course. I mean, nobody wants them to win.
Bro.
They're going to be really good. Let's be real.
But
the
Frankie,
4th and 5th highest scoring points per game
That's
guys
what
on the
I'm
same team.
saying.
And
On
that's
the same team.
with Embiid could put up 30 anytime he wants if he's healthy.
And VJ Edgecombe.
Edgecombe's great. He was a great pickup for them last year as a rookie. Yeah, he's
But
killed it.
Frankie, obviously, we still got to root for our season, hope that this whole Paul George thing works out and he isn't a bum. So last season,
Yikes.
Paul George in 37 games, he averaged 17.3 points per game, 5.3 rebounds per game.
Listen, he's had a good career. He's had some injuries. He can score, but he's still, 7, 8, 9 years older than 7,
That's
8
what
years
I'm
older,
saying,
whatever
bro.
it is. Like, it's crazy.
While
he's
shooting,
not Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, exactly. And he was shooting nearly 44% from the field. He did play fairly well against us in the playoffs last year, averaging 17.4 points per game, 2 20-plus point games, and he even had a game with 5 3-pointers in the 7-game series. So regardless of how much I
like
hate this
Paul
move,
George
Right.
a lot, actually. I wouldn't mind him if he was on our team with JB and Tatum.
That's what I'm
it's
saying,
like,
bro.
But as trading him, like, it's just crazy. It's just insane to me.
Made no sense, dude. But Us Celtics fans, we need to keep hope and hope it works out. But man, Frankie, I'm gonna miss Jaylen Brown.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, I hate it already.
Yeah, it sucks, man. But we got to move on, bro. So
Yeah,
we
that's
can't really
tough.
wish him the best because he's playing for Philly.
No, definitely not. That was wild.
Yes, sir.
What can you do?
And Frankie, we got some notable NBA moves here, actually
Yeah.
involving two former
Got some
Celtics.
good ones, actually.
So the Rockets have signed point guard Marcus Smart to a 2-year, $13 million deal. The former Defensive Player of the Year reunites with his head coach Ime Udoka from their Celtics days. The Magic actually signed big man Nikola Vucevic to a 1-year, $3.9 million deal to return to the Magic where he started his career and spent 9 seasons.
That's a good deal for them, honestly.
He actually turned down more lucrative offers to return to Orlando where he still has a house.
Yeah.
The Spurs signed forward Tobias Harris to a 2-year, $31 million deal. And Frankie, the Jazz have traded big man Walker Kessler to the Lakers for unprotected first-round picks in 2031 and 2033 and first-round pick swaps in 2028 and 2030.
Yeah.
Kessler will now sign a massive 4-year, $130 million deal with the Lakers. The Clippers signed Rui Hachimura to a 2-year, $28 million
I thought he was
deal.
a pretty good player.
It just seemed like he didn't want to move out of LA from the Lakers to the Clippers.
Yeah, good for him.
The Kings actually waived 6-time All-Star DeMar DeRozan, making him one of the top free agents on the market, other than LeBron James, of course. And the Cavs have signed Donovan Mitchell to a 4-year, $273 million max contract extension. And they're hoping to get LeBron James, too.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Frankie. All right, man. Enough NBA. Let's move on to the Red Sox.
Red Sox, I mean, hey, a couple good weeks out of them, actually.
Yes, sir.
They're 8-2 over the last 10 games. They're 40-48. We're still in the basement but of the AL East. But nonetheless, for some reason, the Nats just have our number this year. We lost 8-1, and then the next night we lost 10-2. But after that, nothing but W's. So we got 5-2 win over the Angels, 8-1 win over the Angels, and to sweep them a 7-5 win over the Angels. Those games were all away. It's nice to see that right there. So some other news, Aroldis Chapman became the all-time strikeout leader for relievers in MLB history.
Yeah, he did that on the 4th.
The strikeout king. So nobody has more strikeouts than him as a pitcher, as a reliever in the MLB history. That's awesome. Good for him.
Yeah, we got a clip of that, actually.
Aroldis Chapman can make history right here. And the left-hander from the stretch. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that's a record for all time. 1,364 strikeouts for Aroldis Chapman. That's the most of any relief pitcher in the history of Major League Baseball.
That is something else. That is quite an achievement. History of the game. Look at that little smile on the face. Enjoy that moment.
You got to love that, too. After he did, he had the smile on his face.
I love
He
it,
knew,
yeah.
bro.
I mean, he's such an animal. He's still playing really good. I mean, in a couple of the news, Ranger Suarez and Chapman were named to the All-Star team, so we like that. But I will say Ranger Suarez in that last 7-5 win against the Angels left the game with an abductor soreness, so he might not even pitch in the All-Star game. He might go to the IL. So, but those two guys made it for the All-Stars for MLB. We're one of the hottest teams of baseball right now. If they can keep this pace, maybe we'll switch it around. But who knows? It's just might be a little too late at this point. 40-48 is kind of tough.
So that is tough.
Yes, sirree. But we got some NFL stuff or one NFL thing. Huh?
Yeah, one NFL story that's actually very sad. We're gonna bring up here real quick. So star NFL defensive end Calais Campbell, who currently plays for the Ravens, his mother, 71-year-old Natale Campbell, was found dead in her home this past week after a welfare check was conducted. And in a shocking turn of events, it looks like his older brother, Sierre Campbell, is being charged with her murder. Calais and his family have stated that they struggled to help him navigate severe mental illness, and it's just very sad it had to come to this. Apparently, a look back into the history shows police calls to the location of her death as far back as April, even including an arson incident. Now, the 39-year-old Pro Bowl defensive end is entering his 19th season in the NFL, and this tragedy comes just years after he earned the league's Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year award in recognition of his charitable work and leadership off the field. He and his siblings helped establish the Charles Richard Campbell Foundation, named in honor of his late father, to support young people dealing with issues through education and mentoring. This is just very sad.
It's tough, man. That's so awful.
So awful, especially those crazy turn of events. So prayers to Calais Campbell and his family as they deal with this very tough time. So rest in peace to Natale Campbell.
So terrible.
But yeah, Frankie, that's all we got for Wicked Pissah News, bro.
Another good Wicked Pissah news, kind of. I mean, some sad stuff there. Obviously, losing Jaylen Brown's tough too. But let's move on to the lava round. We got rookie fantasy sleepers this week. We're talking running backs, wide receiver, and one tight end. We're going 2 running backs, 2 wideouts, and one tight end.
Yeah, bro, because
no quarterbacks really besides Mendoza. But
Mendoza's the only quarterback that might get any worthy fantasy time if you think about it.
I mean, unless someone gets
Ty
injured.
Simpson,
But,
that dude's not getting any playing time.
Nah, none of that. So why don't we start off with running backs? Who's your first running back that you like? And before we get started, just to all our league mates that watch this, put your earmuffs in. Don't take our guys, all right? You know what I mean?
That's right.
But let's get into it. Who you got? Who's your number one here?
So, Frankie, actually, I would take Raiders running back Mike Washington Jr.
Okay.
So, the Raiders' 4th-round pick has potential to be a real good handcuff. Washington Jr. has blazing 4.3 speed, and at 6'1", 233 pounds, he also has plenty of potential to be a 3-down back, barring any potential injuries to Janty. But even with Janty healthy, he should get some decent looks. He's currently listed as the RB2 on the Raiders depth chart, and with a current ADP of 166 on Yahoo Fantasy, he could be a decent handcuff in the 15th or 16th round of some leagues. In his first and only year in the SEC at Arkansas last season, he posted 1,070 rush yards and 9 total touchdowns, and that's against good competition. So I like this kid's potential there, Frankie.
I mean, that's a good pick. I like that a lot. I'm actually, for my number one, I'm actually going Emmett Johnson on KC here. Ooh. I know they signed DeMarcado. Obviously, Kenny Walker's the big guy, but if you look back at Kenny Walker, I mean, he was almost splitting carries with Charbonnet, and Walker gets injured sometimes too. So I think Walker's going to have a good year. Don't get me wrong, but Emmett Johnson, this kid was unbelievable. Big Ten running back of the year, fell to the 5th round in the draft. Andy Reid, obviously Casey's coach, compared him to LaShawn McCoy. Andy Reid coached with LaShawn McCoy, and McCoy was Shady McCoy was unbelievable. Yeah. Right? So that's a great comparison. He had 46 catches last year, 1,451 rushing yards. Also, he led the nation in teams' percentage of offensive yards. He played for the Cornhuskers. They gained however many yards they gained a game last year. He averaged 40.7% of those total yards the offense got last year, which is insane. So the production was nuts. So, and he became the only Cornhuskers player in their history, which in Nebraska, as you know, is a big school and has a good storied history, to have 100 rushing yards and 100 receiving yards in the same game. And that happened last year in 2025. So this kid's got, he's a baller. This kid's a baller.
PPR value as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, if Walker gets hurt, or if he's going to get some time, this kid's going to be good. So
yeah, definitely.
Who's your second running back?
Yeah, Frankie, I'm actually going to take 49ers running back Calais Black.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
Biggest handcuff to
have,
honestly.
That's what I'm saying, bro, especially with CMC's
that's what I'm
history.
saying, bro.
So Black is currently listed.
That's so crazy.
It is, bro, right? Who would have thought with all the running backs we could have been taking?
Dude.
So Black is currently listed as the running back 3 on the 49ers depth chart, but I think this kid has a ton of upside to take the RB2 role from Jordan James. Now, like I said, we all know Christian McCaffrey's injury history. The guy played like an animal last season, but it's always good to have that handcuff like we talk about, Frankie. I'm also certain he'll go undrafted in the majority of Yahoo leagues, but he's definitely somebody to keep an eye on. God forbid CMC gets hurt.
Well, if you draft CMC, you're going to draft this kid and probably Jordan James. You got to have probably both of them just to have handcuffs just to see who's end up going to be the handcuff. You know what I mean?
And mind you, he played in a high-powered offense at Indiana last season, helping win the national championship, posting 1,040 rush yards and 10
TDs,
touchdowns.
Yep.
Kyle Shanahan in the 49ers front office even evaluated him as the second best running back in the draft.
Fits their offense great. A 3rd round, 90th overall pick. Yes. I mean, great player, dude.
And it sounds like they have some plans for this kid, but we'll see. But keep an eye on those waivers, obviously.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I totally agree with this. That's why I wrote it down. If you draft CMC, you have to put this kid on your roster. The last time CMC had over 400 touches was several years ago. He missed 23 games over the next 2 years. Last year, he had 413 touches. So, I mean, at the end of the day, CMC is
not getting any younger.
He is one of my favorite players of all time. I love watching the kid play, but they are running him into the ground.
Right.
I mean, 413 touches last year? That's crazy.
He needs some help.
So, and again, the last time he had 400 touches, the next 2 years, he missed 23 games. So, you got to go after this kid as a handcuff.
Absolutely.
Why don't we jump into the wide receivers? Who you like here?
So, Frankie, actually, I like this kid over here. I'm going to be taking Commanders wide receiver Antonio Williams.
I have him too.
Do you?
I swear to God, he's my second one. He's my second on the second page. Swear to God.
Now, this kid has a ton of potential to put up some decent rookie numbers, and he landed in a great situation in Washington.
Great situation.
Dude, great
That's
situation.
What I have too.
The Commanders took him in the 3rd round out of Clemson and have big plans for him to serve as their starting slot receiver, where as of now in their depth chart, he is listed. With the current Yahoo ADP of 165, he could be a sleeper option in round 15 or later. Yeah. Especially in PPR formats, this kid has a lot of potential to eat up targets. After Terry McLaurin, mind you, Debo's gone, and after McLaurin, you got Luke McCaffrey and Traylon Burks, he could get usage early on in the season.
Yeah.
He's a precise route runner and is great at finding soft spots in the zone to move the chains, according to scouts. And despite being listed at 5'11", 187 pounds, he's fearless over the middle of the field. And I'm aware he's got some injuries he's dealt with, but I think he landed in the best possible situation and team for his skill set. I got high hopes for Williams, bro.
Honestly, I think he's going to be great. He can line up anywhere, but he's really good in the slot. You got Terry McLaurin on the outside. This kid's going to eat up some targets for sure, in my opinion. Debo's gone. Again, 21 touchdowns over his career, even though he got injured. 71st overall pick. There was a couple analysts that said that they thought he might win Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. So I thought that was kind of crazy. But honestly, this kid is good. He's one of my picks too. So why don't you go with your second one, and then I'll just go with mine after that.
Yeah, we'll see if we have the same one here, Frankie. I'm actually going to name Falcons wide receiver Zachariah
I like that pick,
Branch.
though.
Another third-round rookie with good opportunity to carve out an immediate role. Behind Drake London, the Falcons are fairly thin at wide receiver, with free agent signings Jahan Dotson and Olamide Zaccheaus currently the second and third on the depth chart. And Branch, like I said, has a great opportunity to secure the wide receiver 2 role. Last season at Georgia, he recorded 81 receptions for 811 yards and 6 touchdowns. He led the nation in screen targets, too, while showcasing good open field ability and dynamic yard-after-catch skills. And with Drake London missing 5 games last year, it's also good to take a chance on a young rookie handcuff in the later rounds, and with his current Yahoo ADP of 177, he's another 15th round or later potential steal. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes undrafted too. He's got blazing 4.3 speed and can truly excel out of the slot for Atlanta. This is another kid who landed in a great situation considering his skill set and the current depth on the team.
I like it a lot, actually. So my other guy I took, this is like a deep sleeper to me, 6th round pick Malik Benson, Vegas Raiders, right? You know what I mean? So Vegas don't have much going on. So their big offseason signing for the wide receiver room was Jaylen Naylor. You know what I mean? I know they
third receiver on the Vikings.
I'm saying, so it's like, third, fourth guy, whatever. But this kid, honestly, he led the Oregon Ducks last year in receiving yards, and the Ducks were a very good team, top 4 or 5 team last year. So I think that just the situation is great. This kid's fast, and everybody so far in the OTAs have said this kid's looked amazing. So there's a lot of good talk coming out of there. They have an upgrade at quarterback, obviously. Either guy, obviously Mendoza's great too, but if you're looking at Kirk Cousins, he might need a slot guy like this. I think this is a great fit for him. So that's why, deeper leagues, dynasty leagues, this kid could be a good pick. You know what I mean? So why don't we jump over to tight end? Who you got at tight end? I have a feeling I know who you're taking.
So, Frankie, rather than going with the obvious guys like Kenyon Sadiq and Eli Stowers, who aren't going to be sleepers because they are going to go fairly higher, and those were the top 2 tight ends.
Right, I didn't do that either on any of these picks either.
But, Frankie, I'm going to go with somebody that's actually high up on the depth chart. He's actually one of our guys.
I knew you were going Patriots. I knew it.
Patriots tight end, Eli Raridan.
I like that.
So currently listed as the tight end 2 on the depth chart, especially after Julian Hill's injury. This kid has the size at 6'7", 251 pounds, and the skill set to potentially be a good over-the-middle and red zone threat for Drake May. Other than Sadiq and Stowers, like I was talking about, there's really no other rookie tight ends listed as a tight end 1 or 2 on depth charts. A lot of them are like 3rd or 4th on the depth charts. Now, his stats at Notre Dame were not eye-popping at all, only 3 total touchdowns the last 3 seasons at Notre Dame, but he did pop off for nearly 500 yards and 32 catches last season. Now, Frankie, you know who else didn't have crazy numbers in college? Rob Gronkowski. Mind you, he did have 10 touchdowns his last season at Arizona, but he didn't have more than 50 receptions in either of his 2 seasons there, and I'm 100% not saying Raridan is going to be Gronk, but he has great size and potential. Mind you, he also ran a 4.62 at his size.
Yeah.
I can easily see the Patriots 2 tight end set with this kid opening up the middle of the field for Drake May, and even offers a dynamic middle of the field target for May on big plays, and like I said, he could be a lethal red zone threat. I feel like he didn't have the best numbers at Notre Dame due to their dynamic running back duo of fellow rookies Jeremiah Love and Darian Price. But if this kid stays healthy, which obviously we know he dealt with some injuries too, he could put up some good numbers his first year in New England.
I like that a lot. Obviously, he's one of my guys I like too, but I'm actually going with Oscar Delp, Saints third round pick.
Okay.
Honestly, this kid is an athletic freak. He's a good blocker. 6'4", 245, 4.49 40-yard dash. For a tight end. That is like unheard of. So, and again, Jawan Johnson's listed as the number 1. Does he scare you? No. Could this kid fit in somewhere? I think he really could, honestly. And just the athletic nature of it all. I mean, he could be kind of a gadget guy too, but 3rd round pick, I think he could really do a lot. He was in the 96th percentile for broad jump and vertical jump at the combine
That's
as
what you
well.
like in a tight end.
So it's like the kid can do it all. 96th percentile is unbelievable. He beat out 96 people. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Right.
Out of 100. So he was right up there, and then his speed is unreal. So
Flashy
he's going to
speed
be
for
a
a tight
matchup
end.
nightmare for people and on a team that's up and coming and has some pretty good weapons. Newer coach. You know what I mean? On a Kellen Moore offense. You know what I mean? Like he likes to mix it up. So I feel like this kid could be a sleeper somewhere and could get some playing time. And again, Juwan Johnson's a good player, but you know he doesn't scare you like this kid would.
And then after him, you got Noah Fant, who was also a first-round pick years ago, but he hasn't lived up to the expectations.
He hasn't done much in the last several seasons. So
Right.
I like this kid to get some playing time. So I like it.
Yeah, Frankie, I like those picks right there, brother.
You
We got
too,
a few
brother.
of the same one,
Same
man.
ones,
Great
yeah.
minds think alike,
I
bro.
love it. Great show, great live around. I love fantasy football is almost here.
Right
you know
around
what I
the
mean?
corner, bro.
It's I can't even wait. And thank you guys for liking, subscribing.
Absolutely. Who is it?
We found you.
They found us.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Oh no.
Oh gosh, what do we got going here? Sorry, guys. Hello.
We found something. The Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead.
Okay, so what's gonna happen, and what the hell can we do about it?
Despite my warnings, they read from the book Unleashing.
All right, man. You know what? I gotta cut you off, man. I don't want to know what got unleashed. You're freaking me the out.
Frankie,
Jesus.
it definitely seems like a creepy one this
Yeah,
week. What
dude.
the is going on? Tell me.
It's Evil Dead Burn. This
Yeah.
looks scary and creepy like the other one.
Bro, I'm telling you, those movies look savage as all
They are
hell,
savage.
bro. All right, who the is there? Whoa!
Please, open the door.
Nah, that dude. Nah, Frankie, we gotta get the hell out of here.
No, hell no. From Beantown to your town, stay wicked Pissah.
From Foxborough to your bro. Thanks for listening, everybody. We're gonna see you next week. Oh shit, Frankie. Oh shit.